Welcome to Midwest Labs. I'm Tim Rodmacher, Soils Receiving Manager. I'm going to do a walkthrough with you from the start to the finish of our process back here. To start the day, we have trucks showing up right around 8 o'clock in the morning, and we will receive those all in our one dock and disperse the samples to the respective departments. We will see on a very busy day between 1,500 and 2,000 parcels. So it is very important to mark your boxes. If you're using our Midwest Labs boxes, we have nice clean areas to mark soil, plants, feed. There's a spot up top as well for 1 of 1 or 1 of 2. It's very helpful when you mark that as 1 of 2A and 2 of 2A, because we're not only going off of that label, but we're going off your account. The easier it is for us right up front, the easier it is for us to get those samples out and process it. After we receive boxes, we will be filtering them to the room. When we are going, we'll be doing about 30,000 samples, so we'll be filtering our lab. Now, when we're laying out, we start with opening your box. We look at your label, we see how many boxes you have with that. We would like to have paperwork in each and every box, or clearly labeled that this box contains the paperwork. That helps out, so if we are missing any of your samples, we can reach out and contact you. We will go off of the order of how you created your paperwork. We will lay out front to back, right to left. We will label that with the amount of samples you have on your submittal form. So if it's 40, we'll give that 40 unique identifiers that will follow that sample from start to finish. Every 39th sample has a check, an in-house lab check for us to make sure we are following our QC standards. From there, we will then pick them up, put them on a soil rack, then create room for the next set of boxes to be thrown up on the table and continue that layout process. The layout process will go from 8 o'clock in the morning until we're finished. On busy days, we will be done right around 6:30, 7 o'clock laying out. So after the pickup process is the cutting process. We will cut that bag open, put all of your sample into our soil boats. The bag will go underneath that soil boat, so it is tracked. If we have a question, we can always go back to that sample. Once all are cut in order, we will then put them in our soil drying chambers. Our soil drying chambers sit at 100 degrees Fahrenheit, so they're no different than what you have out in your field. We try to get those dry times for 16 hours to get that moisture level below 5%. At 4 o'clock in the morning, we will start our grind. We have 10 grinders. We will be grinding from 4 o'clock in the morning until about 2 p.m. That allows the dry time. It allows us to process them, dropping them through a 2-mesh mill screen. So it goes from that nice 2 to 4 pound sample down to about 400 grams of homogenized soil. And then we push them out and we give them to the soil lab. Once in the soil lab, that's when the scooping begins and then analysis begins. Well, thank you for joining us today and going through our soil receiving process. If you have any questions on sending your samples in or on your reports, please feel free to reach out to us at Midwest Lab.